Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to Blades and Beat. Sorry I haven't been putting out many videos lately. This time of year I've been very busy and pulling a lot of hours at work. As you well know, last year I was hired on to become a display installer. And of course that job requires tools. Now the question is that how do you carry and organize your tools? Well, for most people, we'll have some sort of a tool bag, like this. Big, heavy, cumbersome tool bag. When I first started out my job, one of my first installs that I did, since the tool bag was big and heavy, I set it down. And I decided to grab only the tools that I need to do the job. And it wasn't until the next day that I was about to do another job on the other end of town that I realized that I left my tool bag. Not only that, by the time I drove all the way back, I found out that, well, someone stole it. Yeah, it sucks, and granted it's not a bunch of name brand tools, but still, I did spend a good, probably over $200 for everything. So ever since then, I decided to consolidate and try to go with the tools that I really need. I went with a smaller tool bag to a 10-inch, but as you can see, it's not very organized. In fact, it's very cluttered, and you have to rummage just to find the tools that you need. I finally came up with the ultimate compact toolkit. This toolkit is small. That is my tools that I use every single day to go to work. Anyway, let's check it out, see what it is. Before we check out the contents of this case, and since we are on the topic of minimizing your tools, I want to show you something. This is what I picked up about a couple of months ago, and I've been using it off and on between this and my Leatherman Wave. This is the Leatherman Skeletool. A great little multi-tool to have, and you might be asking yourself, why should you get the Leatherman Skeletool? I mean, for one thing, for the price that it retails for, you can pick up other multi-tools that have quite a bit more tools and functions on it. I found that within the past year of working this job, I found the main tools that I actually use are mainly about the four things. I use the knife, pliers, and, of course, the screwdriver. I wish that it includes the one thing that I also use on my Leatherman Wave, which is your scissors. Having a good pair of scissors is what I use when I don't have a wire snips and I can actually cut off the zip ties. But I was surprised. This is a good functional multi-tool without all the bulk, without all the unnecessary weight. What it is that it comes in a 7-in-1 multi-tool. It is a medium-sized multi-tool, and unlike your standard multi-tools, this one is fairly light. In fact, the overall weight on this is only 5 ounces. And what it consists of is that, well, on the outside, you have your liner lock with your straight edge and partial serration. And the nice thing about this is that it is made from your 420HC steel, which is a little bit better quality for your budget steel than compared to like your standard 440 or even stainless. Of course, like most of the EDC tools that you see, this does come with a little bottle opener. It's also attached to this carabiner. Nice thing about it, you can just clip this to your belt loop. And unlike most multi-tools that you see out there, this one also comes with your pocket clip. It does come with a curved handle, which just contours right into your palm. And once you open it up, you have your needle nose pliers right here, standard pliers in the middle, and you have your wire cutters in the back. You have your screwdriver. The nice thing about it, it does lock in place. You simply press down on this tab to release it. And of course, you have an extra bit right here on the side of the handle, which you simply need to push in to get the bit out. Now, if you have the Leatherman bit accessories that is available to you, I think I paid about $30 altogether for it. Instead of using the flathead, you can use whatever bits that's suitable for your needs. Great multi-tool to have, especially if you don't need all the unnecessary tools that you may or may not use. You just keep it basic, keep it simple, and the best part about it, you don't need to use a sheath to carry this tool. Within the past year that I started my job, I used pretty much everything. And that's the point that I'm trying to make, folks, is that you don't need to stick with a standard tool bag. Now this has been almost a year in the making. Don't let the size fool you. This is a small kit. This is actually one of those data cable storage bags. This patch I just thought is cool, biohazard, and hopefully I'll keep people from touching it. The tools that's inside this kit is enough to tackle even some of the bigger projects that I have to do that takes about a couple days to complete. It does come with 2 layers. Now for the first layer, this is what I have. I have one of those multi-purpose pens, and this little tiny level, believe it or not, is pretty useful. This is what I have been using to see if the display is level or not. And of course it does come with a ballpoint pen, comes with a little stylus at the bottom, and of course if you take off the end cap, what you have is a small precision screwdriver, which is also magnetic. Surprisingly, I picked this up from Dollar Tree, so not very much, but it is pretty useful. This one, since I don't really have too much room, I want everything to be consolidated. I found this on Amazon. This one is made by Hoto. It is a precision screwdriver set, which comes with, I believe it says 24 different bits that get stored right here, right inside the handle. And it does have this magnetic base, so it keeps it shut. And of course, probably one of my favorite tools, which is this one. This one is made by Lutz. It is a 2-in-1. You have a 2-in-1 driver. You have your Phillips and your flathead. Something else that I found, it took me a long time to find something like this. This is made by Pickwick. It is a company in Canada. Unlike many of the screwdrivers that you see that has the multi-bits and whatnot, this one is very small, compact, and slim. And the nice thing about it, you simply pull out whatever bits that you want. It does have a magnetic socket in it. And this one does comes with 7 different bits. My wire snips. No, I don't have a thing for zombie green, but if you're like me, once you start working on something, I have a tendency to scatter my tools all over the place, and this just makes it a lot easier for me to find. And for the final pocket and strap, this is where I've been keeping the Leatherman Skeletool. Now, once you get to the bottom, this is what I have. It has some more straps and a little zippered pouch right here. This one is Security Torx number 20. It is what I use on my job for many of the displays. Another tool that you won't ever use, but it is something that I need. This is called an in-view key, and this is what I use to detach a lot of the displays, the cell phones, tablets, and whatnot. I have my utility blade, and the nice thing about this one Does comes with a pocket clip, but unlike many of the utility knives that you see, this is actually tip-up carry. A flashlight, permanent marker, just a little tiny Sharpie, and what I keep in this zippered pouch is just all the extras that I may need, such as zip ties, super glue, extra screws and bolts. I have some double-sided tape right here. That is what I keep in the first layer. This is what I have on the second layer. I have 7-inch tin snips right here. And for those of you who've never seen this is actually called a spudger. What's a spudger? Well, apparently I found out by accident when I was going into one of the electronics store. This is a tool that you use to pry open your laptops, your cell phones. With me, I use it because many of the displays have a lot of old sticky adhesive, and this is just a great way to scrape it off. I have my 6-inch crescent wrench, small, tiny, double-sided ratchet, which one side takes your 1/4-inch bits, and the other side takes your sockets. Telescopic magnetic pickup tools, always useful. A pry bar. Don't let the size fool you. This is what I use many times to pry open those wooden crates that some of the displays comes in. Now this is probably the biggest hammer that you'll ever see. Almost looks like a toy, huh? This is only a 5-ounce hammer, but believe it or not, this is pretty useful because you won't believe on how many times I actually have to use this for straightening out some of the shelves and everything else. Is just a little 6-inch 5-ounce hammer. Small, tiny joint groove wrench. Always useful, especially for those nuts and bolts that you can't actually loosen. And of course, your regular pliers. That's what I keep on that side. And for the top, this is where I keep all my drivers. I found this, and I thought it was really cool. And I'm surprised on how well this actually works. I picked this up for only $15 on AliExpress. What this is an electric screwdriver. And it's a little tiny 4-volt electric driver. With something this little, I'm surprised on how well it actually loosened and tightened up some of the screws that I have to deal with. Of course, this one, and again with me I tried to keep everything consolidated. This is actually a 4-in-1 driver. You have your Phillips and you have your flathead. This one I think is a size 1 actually. And on the other end, you have your size 2 flathead and Phillips. Small little ratcheting driver. The main thing I like about this one, you can actually store the bits right here in the handle. Some more precision drivers, 2 different size Phillips and 2 different size flatheads. And of course, I have my little stubby, but once again, it is double-sided. Well, that's what I have in the bottom compartment. We have a zippered pouch at the top, and this is what I keep inside. I have a micro USB cord to charge my electric driver, replacement utility blades. Now this is one very useful tool. This is actually your security Torx. Couple sets of Allen keys, standard and metric, various different sockets, and various different 1/4-inch bits, and as well as some more Allen keys at the bottom. This little tiny case actually holds quite a bit of tools. And that's what I'm trying to tell you folks, is that use whatever pouches, whatever cases that's suitable for your needs. You don't need to go wandering around your house mindlessly like some zombie. Well, actually, nowadays we just call them millennials. But this way you can have your tools ready and available. You can keep it virtually anywhere. Anyway, that's about it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please smash that like and leave your comments down below. Consider subscribing for some more kits, knives, and fishing videos. You guys take care. Talk to you later.